Hey everybody, I'm Dr. Bishop. I made this channel particularly just so I could try to help people. I have so many patients over the course of the day who tell me that there's things that we talk about that are extremely helpful for them. They wish somebody would explain it to them earlier. So this is probably the most common one that I talk with patients about that I get that response to. So if it's helpful to you, then this is a little way that I like to talk about age versus quality of life, and it's maybe a way to think about how to keep yourself healthy long term. If you look at this chart, and we call this bottom axis your age, and then y-axis your quality of life. My job as a primary care physician is to try to help you keep this line as high as possible for as long as possible, because it's definitely not about age. Nobody wants to be 100 years old if they spend 30 years in a nursing home and they don't remember anybody. But it is about having a high quality of life no matter what age that you are. So I get to talk to a lot of people over the course of the day. When you talk to somebody who's here and they're 80 and they're in great shape and they're happy and they're healthy and they take no medications, all those people say the same thing. And what they say is they're not surprised to hear that they're in good shape. They're like, yeah, man, I know. I didn't just wake up and be in good shape at 80. I take care of myself. And they talk a lot about their habits. So they say, what I really mean by that is I exercise an hour every day. I sleep 8 hours every night, and I always watch my weight, and I eat whatever I need to stay in the normal weight range. And that sounds pretty easy. But when you talk to somebody who's here, the exact opposite. So think of somebody who's 300 pounds, depressed, 2 heart attacks, 10 medicines a day. They have to inject insulin with every meal. All those people say the same thing. And they talk about this. They talk about some big life event that got in the way of the good habits that they know they should have. Oh, well, I started traveling for my job. Or I lost my job, or I got married, or I got divorced, or I started my own company, or I hurt my knee, or I had cancer. Not excuses. Those are real things. But the difference between someone who does well and ends up here and someone who does not is not that the person who ends up being 83 and in great shape gets lucky and never goes through any of those things. Everybody can expect to go through a big life event roughly every 2 to 3 years. It's not my job to just wait until you get here and start a bunch of medications. It's to prevent those big life events from causing those bad habits that will end up causing problems down the road. I always tell patients, if you don't remember anything we ever talk about, being healthy is only 3 things: sleep, diet, and exercise. And if you're doing those well, you're in pretty good shape. I saw a lot of this during the pandemic. We had so many people who started working from home. Some of those people learned Spanish and they lost 30 pounds. And some of those people started drinking 3 times as much and hadn't been in the gym in 3 years. So it wasn't about the event that happens. It's not about good or bad life events happening through time. All of those life events are a clean slate. And people who are in great shape, they constantly restart good habits all the time. And that's the way that we prevent problems. That's the way we keep you healthy long term and keep that quality of life high to make sure that you're the best version of yourself that you can be long term. Thanks for listening to my discussion today. If there's more things you want to hear about, or you had some questions about this particular topic, let me know. If there's something else that your doctor has told you that's been helpful, I'd love to hear about it. And hopefully we can get some good information in there and inspire people to be healthy and take care of themselves, be the best version of themselves that they can be.